We have, of course, been following the horrific situation that unfolded last night on the Danforth at about 10 o'clock. A gunman opening fire, apparently walking down the street, shooting into restaurants and people who were gathered outside on the street on a beautiful Toronto night last night. 14 people were shot. 2 of them are now confirmed dead. Unclear on who the victims were that were killed. Also, the suspect is dead, and it's not known how he died, but apparently did at one point engage in gunfire with the police, but was found dead a little distance away. The SIU is now investigating. We are expecting an update from them shortly. And so many people were there last night because it was such a beautiful night, and one of them is joining us now is Jody Steinhauer. Thank you, Jody, for joining us. You were out celebrating a birthday, were you not?
Yeah, I was out with my family. Christina's on the Danforth. Nice, quiet night on the Danforth. Started out and turned into a horror.
Did you hear Did you know what was happening when you heard the gunfire?
You know, we were halfway in the restaurant, but the restaurant was all open because all the doors were open, and it just sounded like really, really loud fireworks. But it was much louder and more pronounced, and then immediately within seconds somebody yelled, "Get down!" And we just got all the kids and everybody to the back of the restaurant under tables, and everything just happened so fast. It was frightening.
Jody, I imagine, you know, this I think speaks to the fact that Toronto is a relatively safe city despite its size, is the fact that I was reading that many people weren't moving quickly because they couldn't believe what was happening. They thought maybe it was like a car backfiring. Or how long did it take for you to realize that the situation was in fact quite dangerous?
I can only speak. We moved very quickly. We got, you know, we had grandparents and children. We got everybody to the back. And then my partner immediately, we heard a scream, and one of the victims was shot right outside of us. Oh. And he went out and helped her with one of the people from the restaurant and carried her into the restaurant. So it was a very different situation for us because we were there with one of the poor victims who was screaming, and then we tried to call 911 and the circuits are jammed. So, you know, just got on Twitter and reached out to people like you just to let everybody know what was going on and that we needed help immediately. Yeah, I can only speak for us what was going on.
Did your partner, I mean, you knew it was gunfire, you had your kids there, you were trying to get them in the back, and yet your partner chose to go out onto the street and help the person.
I was not happy. I was not happy, but you know what? We all just, you know, things happen and you just react. So I got the kids and everybody safe, and he did that, and then I got on Twitter. It was just, you know, you don't know how you're going to react to a situation, and I think he was quite shocked that he actually did that.
Jody, so what do you do as a family now? What did you say to allay the fears? Obviously, you're all still traumatized and processing what happened, and yet you're trying to find the strength to guide them and reassure them.
Well, as a parent, that's our job, and I think we just have to say, thank God we're okay. You know, we were waiting for a piece of birthday cake for me to come, and if it had come 5 minutes earlier, we would have been right on the street. Right? You just have to say how lucky you are, and you just have to tell your children, you got to be alert of your surroundings at all times. You just never know, right? There's nothing more you can say. You know, Toronto's a relatively very safe city, and something like this has to bring us together stronger to fight this crazy gun violence, what we're happening. But there's nothing that could have prevented this.
How is your partner doing? I mean, that was an enormous risk he took going out there. How's he processing things this morning?
You know what? We've been up all night. We're just looking after the kids, and you know, we really haven't even. Our cars are still down there, so we're really just trying to do what we can and help tell the story and work with the police, and you know, we'll get through it, and then we'll deal with it after, right? We all have to come together and do our part at a time like this in crisis. But we have a great city, and that's what's important.
Does it make you reconsider going out to places like the Danforth or any other beautiful area in the city?
Well, maybe not today, but you know, we can't live in fear. You know, we really can't live in fear, but it definitely makes me to be much more aware of my surroundings. There's no question.
Incredible strength shown by Jody this morning. Thank you so much for taking the time, and we send your family our love and best, and thank goodness you're all okay.
Thanks so much, Dina. Take care.
Thank you for talking to us, Jody. And we have full coverage of the shooting on the Danforth, the mass shooting. We'll have more coming up after the break.